The new is our first changing piece between Vauxhall and Battersea. The world-class views that were previously enjoyed by the whole of southwest London will now be singly enjoyed by this development. It is at a walking distance to the Houses of Parliament at 44 minutes, if you walk 5 kilometres an hour, 30 minutes to Sloane Square, 27 minutes to Tate Britain, and 29 minutes to Keirville Cricket Ground, if you walk at 10 kilometres an hour. It takes about 58 minutes to Covent Garden, so we created a new Covent Garden here on the right, called the New Covent Garden. New means something produced, introduced, or discovered recently or now for the first time, not existing before. Suddenly, the new is also a business district, which is significant internationally. Previously a power station and vacant land, it will now offer life-changing opportunities to the previous residents. The residence will be a housing residence on the left, with views of the river. Ahead is the one, which will have views of the river as well. What will also have views of the river is Brick Perspective, which is a gateway between this project and prime central London. From here, you can see the Millennium Bridge and the Shard like from anywhere else in London, until Brick Perspective is built at least. Living in Brick Perspective will feel like living in a Manhattan loft within central London and New London all at the same, making Brick Perspective a new landmark gateway residential loft apartment building. The toughest decisions we are having to make off late is whether to make developments feel like central London, West London or New York. With our next development, that you see on the left, if you look far, which is next to an embassy and a park, and called Park Embassy, we have made a firm decision on New York. Do you live between many continents and feel like you belong to many cities? In Park Embassy, you will find a home. The weekend starts on Friday, London comes to life on Saturday, and Sunday is a life like no other. On the left, you will see how this development is set to become the iconic New York jewel in London's crown. Another icon you see on the right is the luxury. Here we focus in on high net worth individuals, and we predict their numbers will double by 2020. Welcome to a branded living experience, right next door to New York, straight from the Middle East. From luxury, you can finally be the only one to have a view of the city skyline. Luxury has dual existence. From luxury you have a panoramic view of luxury. When you live in luxury, you have the view of two London eyes. Inside luxury, there are many opulent amenities. Your children can now experience the pleasure of building sand castles on the branded living playmats in the play area. Kick back with your feet off the branded living detailed sofa in the cinema, or glide your hands against the branded living detailed pillars of the swimming pool. Sit back without leaning on the branded living sofa in the residence lounge. Dine, drink, in the splendor of the branded living design. Surround yourself with the glamour of branded living in your living room. Live the complete branded living lifestyle, or simply breathe in the branded living air. Our next venture is Park Elephant. We have similar ventures in Barnsley, Reading, Dublin, Barnbury, Ferndown, Dudley, Ramsgate, Shrewsbury and Southampton. Park Elephant is the green heart of London. London Heart is run by leading London cardiologist Dr. Sid Hassan, an award-winning heart specialist with interest in heart rhythm disorders arrhythmias. He has extensive experience treating patients with a wide range of conditions, including blackouts, collapse and syncope, chest pains, shortness of breath and high blood pressure. What you see ahead is the Central Desert Have Not Planted Here Yet Island. The Central Desert Have Not Planted Here Yet Island is close to completion with 2 trees. From the Central Desert Have Not Planted Here Yet Island, you have the exact same perspective view of London as when on the London Eye. You can also see the London Overground and Regent Street if you look properly. And beyond the DLR from here. This is our first stop, the part of the development where we have not removed trees to replace them with new trees. Looks like more potential investors are joining us on this tour. just how accessible it is to get onto a bus. This bus is so easy to get onto. We constructed this fence in the last 2 years to keep out humans, animals, plants and humans from that piece of land, which we proudly call the trapezoid square. From here on, start imagining the park. What you don't see is a tourist site and reserve for rescued elephants in a valley about an hour north of Chiang Mai, around the corner on some of the land leased from the Thai government. There is an isolated section up one of the surrounding mountains that's called the Elephant Heaven. Before you start imagining, let's talk about how we must all take care of it. Dogs are welcome, but are restricted in most areas. Bikes are welcome, but not in the park. You are welcome as long as you're alone or with one other person. You are allowed alcoholic drinks in plastic bottles, in moderation as decided by us. Use existing shade. Do not bring balloons or for that matter anything that you can play with. This park is for sitting. Coming to sitting, do not sit on the grass. If you're on the grass, walk or stand, but not for too long. We believe that trees are parts of cities that are underappreciated. Plane trees are the most common trees in London. So most of them have been removed and we're sourcing exotic trees. We are excited about the color of these trees. We're making the roots sustainable to last a minimum of 2 years and then we'll replace them with plane trees. Please sit back and enjoy the view of the river on the left while we approach our final stop. Hope this tour has given you all that you require.